Who are you? Hi guys, welcome to Degrees of Shining, and tonight's look is a fantastical transformation into a great horned owl. And if you'd like to see how I created the look, stay tuned, stay tuned. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Degrees of Shining. So this is the tutorial that accompanies the look that I created for Bethany's creative contest. Bethany is I wanted to see one video on YouTube, and so obviously from the intro you saw I did an owl, and the reason I chose to do an owl is just to do something completely different for a transformation. Most people are either cat people or dog people or maybe fish people or bird people. I don't know. I would say I'm most definitely a cat person, but I wanted to do something just a little different. So owls, why an owl? Well, of course I chose the great horned owl, which is just a dramatic looking animal. But also owls have followed down through mythology. They are often companions to goddesses, or they are goddesses or gods themselves. For example, the Hindu goddess Lakshmi is a goddess of prosperity and wealth, and so often can be represented by an owl. The goddess Athena is sometimes in the form of an owl or has an owl as a symbol. And of course we know owls are always associated with wisdom and being smart, so they're kind of fun, but dramatic. They are solitary and nocturnal animals as well, not dissimilar to cats. But so I just thought it would be cool to do. I've already spent a little bit of time in the studio. I worked on the headpiece and the feathers that you'll see in my hair later. And I already went ahead and washed my face, cleansed it, and then moisturized it. And tonight I actually used Oil-Free Moisture by Neutrogena. I am switching up my skincare right now because I've been having a lot of problems with adult acne, something you might not see clearly in my videos. Most of the time I have makeup on before I get on camera, but I am struggling with that, and my dermatologist has decided that we're going to go ahead and put me on Accutane, which is a very serious medication. And I think I am going to document that journey for you because I think it would be good information, a good educational experience for everybody who kind of watches my channel. But I digress. So I put moisturizer on, oil control moisturizer, oil free. Then I also use Patricia Wexler's no injection line filler to fill in any little around my mouth and around my eyes, and then Monistat gel for oil control and just as a primer all over, since I'm going to be doing a lot of makeup on the face. And so I am going to get the look started. Okay, so you can see I've already started working on my eyes. I'm working with NYX's Jumbo Stick Milk. It's just white, and you'll see that I'm starting to cover my brow. I'm not covering it all the way because there is a little bit of black that shows through. And let me show you the inspiration pictures. I forgot to show you those earlier. So this is a great horned owl. Very dramatic, striking animal. Just a lot of fun to replicate, I think. So right now I'm working on this white, and I'm using my brows as part of the look. You could actually probably cover your brows if you wanted to. I didn't, for saving time. It takes forever to cover my brows with glue stick or modeling wax and spirit gum. Not tonight. So all I'm doing is taking the white up onto my brows. And it's nice. This is nice and creamy. You can just blend it out with your finger, which is what I'm doing. You'll see later that the feather piece that I'm using actually covers this area of my forehead, so I don't really have to put a lot of makeup, but it's always good to get your edges just in case if anything is shown. Okay, so you'll see I did the white all the way around my eye, on my lid, up to my brow, underneath my eye, and now we have some color going on my eye. Of course, owl eyes, when they're closed, don't have yellow. I don't wear those colored lenses. They're fantastic. I wish I had a pair, but I actually wear contact lenses to see because I'm blind as a bat. So what I'm going to do is use my lids so that when my eyes are closed that I kind of look like I have big yellow owl eyes. So I'm using a combination of colors to create that yellow. This is a Ben Nye pigment in Sun Yellow. And I'm also using a Barium Dazzle Dust, number 96, which is like a gold color. And I'm also using, this is Ben Nye Tangerine pigment, so it's a little orange. And then the last one is Glamour Doll Eyes, and this is an orange as well, a little bit more shimmer to it. I hear a kitty at the door. This one is called Orange Crush. So that's what I'm using, just a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm kind of dipping into the yellow and the orange. I'm gonna have to go let the kitty in a second here. Just tapping off extra, and then I'm patting that into the center of my lid over the white that I laid down. Okay, so I am done with my eyes for the time being. I'm not going to do anything more with them. I'm going to come back to them towards the end of the look to put on the black. That way things don't fade, crease, start to melt. Once you start getting heavy makeup around your eyes, it starts to crease and do funky stuff. So I'll wait till the end. I did go back in and set the white on my face. I used a white eyeshadow, matte, Urban Decay's Yeyo white, and I just took a fluffy brush, this is the brush that I used, and just tapped on and then laid that white over both areas just to kind of set the cream so that it doesn't get too slick. And now I'm going to work on my face, work on some texturing on the face, and I'm going to use a combination of theatrical makeups. I have a few colors from Mehron. This is their cream makeup, so you'll see brown, white, black, kind of a gold bronze color, and then a darker brown. And what I do for a palette is I just took a paper plate. This isn't a paper plate, a plastic plate, and squirted out a little bit of each color. It is water-based, so I can actually add some water to it. I'll probably just use a spray bottle like this and spray on the palette. And then also I'm going to use my Mehron Paradise palette, this huge palette that I got for my birthday back in September. And you'll see there's a few browns down here that are nice, and then white and black on this side. You can see I do use this. And again, just using a spray bottle to activate the color, add a little liquid to it, and then just paint right on my face. So looking at my inspiration, I'm going to go ahead and start working with a lighter brown, which I already have on my palette. I'm going to take a mop brush, and this is an actual paint brush, and I'm going to go ahead and spray the brown that's on my palette. And it's mixing a little bit with some darker brown that I laid next to it. And I'm going to go in and right about the edge of the white that I already laid down, just kind of add a little bit of color. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going back in with a pencil brush. This is a MAC brush, I'm pretty sure that I'm using. And I'm using a lighter brown, which you can see, probably the swatch on my skin there, from my palette, which I've sprayed. And I'm just going in now and drawing a little bit of texture out from my eyes again. Okay, so you can see some layering of color and texture, and I'm kind of doing a cross-hatching thing where I've laid some darker color one direction, and then I'm going to go back in with a lighter color using a finer brush in the opposite direction. Okay, so you see I have a little bit more detail on my face now, a little bit darker here, and then a detail up in the corner here around my eyebrow, and actually I'm going to use a darker brown and actually bring that right into my hair white. And the owl has a super sharp beak, and that is going to run from about here all the way down over my nose, over my philtrum, down probably to the bottom of my lip here. So the rest of the face is shaped with white, kind of in a arch. So I'm just going to draw some white in. Okay, so now I am working on feathers on the lower half of my face, and you'll see I've drawn in some lines here. I laid down a lighter brown first, and now I'm just going back in with a darker brown using the edge of my flat mop brush. Just kind of drawing in. Okay, so you'll see now there's a lot more detail in the face. And what I'm going to do now is I need to work in this area. I'm going to lay down some white and some brown around my nose area because my beak is going to run down the middle, and that's almost black. So again, I'm just taking my mop brush and some white, and I'm just going to kind of fill in this area. I'll bring it out and down along my nose. Okay, so now over the white that I've laid down, I'm just going to add some texture in around the nose area. And if you've noticed, I haven't worked with any black yet. I'm going to go in, that's going to be the last color that I'm going to work with. That way I don't contaminate everything that I've already laid down on my face, since it's a lot lighter. So in the white in this area around the beak, there's actually texture and a little bit of brown. So I'm just kind of going in with a lighter brown and a fine detail brush and adding that texture in.